And here's how it's looking. Absolutely perfect. Quite literally exactly what I imagined. And then I'm gonna have these mounted on the wall for all my plugins because I wanted them to be accessible for whenever I need them. They're each 4 foot long. Got them from Harbor Freight on sale actually. So they'll fit perfect because this is 8 feet. So I can put one over here, one over there. And then we'll have the metal cabinets up at the top. And then we can get the pegboard going as well. So I'm excited about that. And yeah, it's coming along. We're almost there. All right, so of course we got the power strips mounted up. Next is gonna be our pegboard, metal pegboard. I ended up having to order another box of these because I miscounted how many I need. I originally was gonna put a TV here in the middle of it all, but I think I'm gonna put it on that wall and get a bigger one. But anyway, this is the metal pegboard. We gotta do some measuring though, because my cabinets, which are also here, are I want them to go right. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be really close, I think. But I gotta do some measuring, but pegboard. So pegboard is finally fully up. It's filthy. Don't mind that. We gotta clean it when we're done. Next up are these cabinets. I've got 3 of them because that's all I can fit in between here. And they're pretty nice, pretty, I don't know, they're pretty affordable on Amazon. I think they're like 50 bucks each. And then they're pretty nice because they're on these little hydraulic hinges, which are, like I said, pretty nice. So we're hanging 3 of these up, one in the middle, one to the left, one to the right. And I did measure the distance between the top of the pegboard here and the bottom of the speaker mount there, and I have barely enough room. I don't know how easy it's gonna be to mount these, but that's coming up next, so let's get these up. All right, so what I did, luckily I have 3 of these, so I was able to take the back panel from the other one and put it up here and kind of mark my holes and make sure they are level, of course. Now it's all left to do is drill it up and yeah, toss it on there, I guess. I don't know, let's just give it a shot, I guess. I mean, luckily it's really not all that heavy, but it is very awkward, and I can't really see to line up the holes. Luckily I have this pegboard here, and I can kind of just rest it on there a little bit. Actually, that might work perfect. But it's up. She's solid. I guess you get to watch me put this one up. And I'm gonna do it a little bit different of a method. I got everything on it that I need to have on it. And then I'm gonna put the door on last so that it's a little bit easier to lift up there. So like I said, I have just enough space underneath this speaker here. Perfect. Oh yeah, that's not going anywhere. Now all we gotta do is throw this door on, which just snaps into there. Then this rotates and snaps into there. Perfect. And same thing on the other side. There you have it. Repeat that over there, and we're done. All right, got all three up. This is obviously before all the cleanup and stuff, and there's a cabinet in the way there, but I am stoked on how this looks. This is awesome. And I think I'm gonna put some lighting under here somehow. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do that yet, but yeah, a little, maybe even just one light. I have one already from Harbor Freight that I'll probably throw up there. That's the one with the little pull string. This came out freaking perfect. I don't know how I did that, but somehow this exactly was 8 feet. This was almost exactly 8 feet. And of course the butcher block was 8 feet, and it just worked out perfect. I don't know how, but it did. So I'm stoked on it. I'm gonna get this cleaned up, and then we'll see what to do next. All right, I got a little carried away the other day and ended up doing a little bit of organizing when I got everything together. But this is how we're looking. I got my vise mounted, and then what I'm gonna do next actually is I got a couple lights from Harbor Freight. I already owned one, but I bought another one, and we're gonna put those under here. So I'm gonna get those mounted right now. I'm not 100% sure how well that's gonna go, and I don't think it'll be too bad. But the good thing about these lights is I can chain them together, so that'll be nice. I only have to use one outlet for that. But that's pretty much it. So I guess we'll time lapse it and see how it goes. All right, I got one on there. Hangs a little low, so I might try to think of something down the road that I can do to bring it up a little bit more, because it's a little low. Yeah, also this comes out quite a bit, so to chain them together, that's gonna be a little bit challenging. But I'm gonna go ahead and skip ahead, and then you'll see what it looks like when I have both of them up. All right, here's what it looks like with both of them up. Like I said, they're a little too low. I would definitely like to bring them up because it takes away a lot of my pegboard. So I'd like to find a way sometime down the road to maybe shorten up this hook. I can maybe make my own or something like that. That's problem one. Problem two is I don't have enough room in between right here to chain them together. So that's something down the road, but for now, I think it looks pretty good and definitely gives me plenty of light to see what I'm working on. So I also got this paper towel holder, magnetic. Oh, I got this from the one and only Harbor Freight. So that's probably gonna go something like that, I think. And then I can swipe my paper towels from there, my shop towels from there. But that's what it's looking like right now. Not too bad. All right, so for the height on the lights here, I ended up printing out some little brackets for up here, and you can kind of see the height difference. Not too much, but it does help a little bit. And I also printed them this way, so then it brings the light out this way just a little bit more, and I don't have to drill more holes. So it works for the most part. It's pretty sturdy. So I gotta see if I can maybe find some shorter hooks or something. But for the most part, that'll do just fine for now. So these are now hung with the little brackets I made. It lifted them up just a little bit, probably like half an inch. So nothing too crazy. So the next thing I want to accomplish is cleaning up the top of my workbench here a bit. I want to cable manage stuff for the amp and the power brick that is from the amp. And I think I want the amp to get mounted like down here. So I got some adhesive Velcro I'm gonna use to stick that to the bottom there so I can also remove it pretty easily if I ever need to. And I think that should be enough to hold that. Switching back to the phone here, we got the cable running for the power strip along the bottom here. And then of course we got the speaker wire is going across the top of the cabinets to that speaker there, and then comes down here, goes under here where it meets the other speaker wire to the left speaker and the sub power, and the RCA for that as well. Comes up under here, ties up over here. This is my power brick for my amp. And then I got both those Velcroed with some industrial Velcro, and that thing is not going anywhere. So now I got all the cables out of the way, at least neatly enough for a garage, and then I got my amp right here that I can flip on and off whenever I want, start my music, and that's pretty much it.